crazy? Isn't this ship going to sink in a few hours? If Zero was here with us, he'd be putting himself in danger. Why the hell would he do something like that? There's no motive.
You don't believe me.
Okay, I just realized the mic was still off. Mother. Okay, well, we're back, and, yeah, sorry. Food it was a mountain of it to get through, and I'm very full. I'm very full. So, yeah, I don't think, yeah, that dead emote is kind of spot on, Meg. Yeah, but I don't believe, I agree with Junpei. I don't believe Zero is on the ship with us. Her eyes were so pitiful. The moment Junpei's met them, he felt his heart tighten. He didn't think what he said was wrong. But perhaps the way he'd said it had been. He'd been too insensitive. Junpei would later go on to make a YouTube apology video. Clover had just lost her brother. His death would have been bad enough. But she'd also seen the blasted wreck of his body. Junpei barely knew him, and the sight had been enough to make him sick. What Clover had felt, he couldn't begin to imagine. In the mental state she must have been in, it was understandable that she would look at those around her with suspicion. She felt everyone was against her. The least Junpei could have done was to try to understand what she was feeling. He felt ashamed of what he'd said. Perhaps he thought he should apologize. But before that apology could begin...
Clover,
Clover, I understand what you're feeling. You don't feel that you can trust any of us.
Ace had beaten Junpei to the punch. As he spoke to Clover, his face was calm and friendly.
But you have to understand. The more we distrust one another, the further we fall into our true foe's trap. Zero was the one who did those horrible things to your brother. Do you want to let yourself be manipulated by someone who would do such a horrible thing?
Clover didn't answer. She didn't even look at Ace. The whole time, her eyes were on Junpei. Uh-oh. He could feel Clover's eyes boring into him. They were the color of a deep winter lake. Junpei saw no suspicion in them, only sadness. Then, in that horrible silence... the clock. They heard a bell begin to ring. It was the clock at the central staircase.
It's 3 in the morning.
That means we have 3 hours left.
Then we need to move now. 7, Clover, I know how you feel, but you do understand that right now it's important we trust one another, don't you?
7 and Clover remained silent. Their eyes were looking at something somewhere else, very far away.
We must go. We have very little time left.
Ace's words put their feet to moving. They all knew where they were going.
Our next destination is Mercury.
But maybe you and June should check it out first and then report back to us.
All right, let's go, June.
Right.
It was a weird jump cut.
Here it is. We're
not going to get another elevator conversation, are we? It sat, bolted to the wall near the stairs that led to the casino and the kitchen, between the two elevators.
The Mercury card reader.
We're using the card 7 gave us, right?
Yeah,
I found it when we were checking out the shower room.
I think 7 said something like that. Anyway,
It's almost like he's here with us. I can almost hear his voice. This one looks like you're going to get wet from shining blood. Don't you mean the shinning? You want to get sued? Junpei slid the card through the reader. The light on the reader turned green and made a tiny electronic noise.
I guess the elevator works now.
Junpei, I know it's only the two of us, but let's do our best.
What's with you all of a sudden?
Well, I'm happy we were put together.
Aww.
You know it's just for searching E-Deck, right?
Even so, I'm glad I'm with you.
Oh. First, we need to find out if the elevator comes up full of water.
Just like we did before.
Oh, here it is.
I knew it. It's not wet at all.
Let's go.
Yes.
Once it had been checked for water, Junpei and June stepped into the elevator.
Look! Nearly all of the buttons are destroyed.
Yeah, only the seat and bottom button can be pushed.
Destroyed?
Well, let's try it out.
So, which one's the bottom out of the two of them? Door closed. Slowly, they began to move downward. They stepped off and saw the hallway to their right, ended somewhere between 20 and 25 feet from them. A personal question? For moi? Oh. Okay. The hallway in front of them was a dead end. But not a regular dead end. Oh! Fair, Monstar, very fair. So in the large hospital, we had door 3, it's 7 and 8. Six, 1, and now 2. So the only door we haven't found is 9. And now door 2 stood in front of Junpei. I mean, today a dating app asked me if I was a dom or a sub, so I guess 2025 is the year of personal questions. I mean, good on you for getting out there day one, Ben. Good on you. Despite himself, Junpei felt excited. There was something about that excitement that frightened him as well. The Rock has come back! I'm not. I don't want... I would not like Rock the Dwayne Johnson on my TV anymore. Or I guess on my Netflix. Oh, that's gonna be weird. He did his best to put it from his mind and headed back to C deck with June. The pieces of paper they'd folded up lay on the ground next to Junpei's legs. Everyone had written on paper pulled from Junpei's notebook, in an effort to pull together a blind vote. Yeah, voting seems a bit dumb considering, like, your numbers may not all align, but okay. Why had they decided to vote that way? They decided it wasn't fair to simply ask everyone at once. That would allow people to force others to go through certain doors. And he had a plan. It wasn't a plan he wanted anyone catching wind of, however, so he did his best to act calm as he began to open and read the pieces of paper. Makes sense. He opened the second one. Okay. Door, Mr. 3 Bracelet wants door 6. Okay. Junpei continued with the third, fourth, and fifth pieces of paper. Jesus Christ, Lotus! The hell? Oh, you are so cancelled. Oh, you are so cancelled. Debatable. Is the game audio mute? It shouldn't be.
So, last I checked, that's not a crime.
Maybe. But what about common decency? Nobody wants to have to look at a chick who looks like a half-naked raisin.
Oh, I'm gonna kill you!
Lotus's hair flared out like a mane of an angry lion.
Not good.
And she roared with a voice that shook the walls.
Let go! Let go of me! I'm killing him!
With some difficulty, Ace managed to restrain her.
Junpei, read the rest.
Right.
I'm killing him! Junpei tore his eyes away and looked down at the sixth piece of paper. He opened it up.
June wants door 6.
Makes sense. 616.
Yes, I don't really have a reason. I just felt like it.
All of the papers, save Junpei's, had been read. He did some quick calculations in his head.
So this was everyone's vote. Ace and Clover requested door 1.
This was the door on A deck near the central staircase.
7 and Lotus requested door 2.
This was the door on the bottom deck and could be reached by taking the elevator to the bottom of the ship.
Santa and June requested door 6.
And this was the door on E deck and could be reached by taking the elevator near the central staircase down.
Then the door I should choose is...
It took him less than a second to run the numbers. He opened the 7th piece of paper and spoke.
Okay, the last one is mine.
I want door 1.
I want to go through... My choice is door 1.
Santa was unconvinced.
Hey, wait a minute there. You cheating?
Cheating?
I'm asking if you changed your number after you heard what doors we wanted.
I mean, that would only make sense if he suddenly wanted door 6, because that's where June is going.
How could I do that? I wrote it down on the paper earlier.
Let me see that.
Sure, here.
Junpei shrugged and handed it to him. Santa examined it furiously. The others peered at it as well. As they did, Junpei quickly slipped the piece of paper he'd been hiding into his pocket. Although he'd never know it now, Santa had been justified in his suspicions. Junpei had switched papers.
I had 3 pieces of paper ready.
For doors 1, 2, and 6.
And I put the one with door 6 on it into the pot.
He put a small mark on it so he knew which one was his.
I just needed to make sure I drew last. After I saw everyone else's result, I just chose whatever door I wanted. If the number I'd already put in matched, then I didn't have to switch the paper out. Well, what does it say?
He fought the urge to smirk.
You got lucky.
Santa snorted and tossed the paper aside, frustrated.
Very well. We've decided who will go through door 1. It will be Clover, Junpei, and myself.
4 and 5 is 9. Plus aces 1 is 10. 1 plus 0 is 1.
Our only problem is the 2 remaining teams.
June and I want door 6.
Lotus and I want door 2.
That's not good. We can't open either of those doors with only 2 people. Aw.
Fine. 7, we'll go through door 6.
3 plus 6 plus 7 plus 8 is 24. 2 plus 4 is equals 6.
Sure thing. I didn't really want to go through door 2 anyway. Besides, if we've got a younger girl with us, it'll lower the average age. Right, June?
Well, I
June was at a loss for words. Lotus was not.
Pig. You just wait and see.
Her eyes were the eyes of a woman prepared to kill. A shiver ran down Junpei's spine.
Calling me old. This is why men are such a pain in the ass. They're about as subtle as a brick.
Lotus about to go on a killing spree.
And they're at it again.
Even after they separated at the staircase, Lotus was still muttering angrily to herself.
I'll see you later, June.
Jumpy.
Circumstances dictated that Junpei and June would have to part ways again. But this time it didn't sting quite so much.
Don't make that face. It'll be like what 7 said.
We aren't going to be split up permanently till we find door 9. We might get separated for a little while, but we'll see each other again. Otherwise, we won't be able to open door 9. That's how the Nonary Game works.
Seven's words took a weight off of Junpei's shoulders and felt much better.
It'll be fine. I'll see you soon.
All right. See you later.
Lingering uneasy remained. God damn. I think what it wants to say is lingering uneasiness remained. But they went their separate directions without much trouble. Junpei, Ace, and Clover headed toward A deck.
Here's A deck. It was the door on the left, right?
That should be it, yes.
Then here we go.
It opened, and they walked through.
It's just as Santa and Lotus said.
At the end of the hallway sat a door with a large red 1 upon it.
A numbered door.
To the left of it, bolted to the wall, was a red.
There's the red. I'll go first.
Ace went first and waved his wrist over the scanner panel.
Now the two of you, if you would.
Junpei was next. Finally, listlessly, Clover lifted her arm. She leaned toward the scanner panel. The third asterisk clicked to life, shining brightly. Ace took a hold of the lever.
Now.
He took a deep breath and turned to Junpei and Clover.
Are you ready? Shall I pull it?
Yeah, anytime.
Yeah, we've only got like 2.5 hours left, so yeah, hurry up. Clover said nothing. She nodded, little more than a lethargic twitch of the head.
Very well then. Let's go. 3, 2, 1.
And it's open! Move it!
They stumbled into the room.
Where is it?
Frantically, Junpei scanned the room. His eyes stopped on the device that would determine whether they lived or died.
There it is! Over there!
Next to the door they'd come through was the dead. As one, they ran to it. They put their hands over it as if they were fighting for it. Oof.
It stopped.
Yes, it did.
Junpei could feel his heart pounding against the inside of his ribs. Ace and Clover were breathing hard and fast.
Whew. I don't believe I'll ever get used to that.
Oof.
I'm not sure it's something I'd want to get used to.
That feels like reused dialogue.
We should finish this game before imminent death becomes a normal thing.
I agree.
Now then.
Now then. Junpei looked around again, this time more slowly.
There's another door. Let's try opening it.
He took hold of the knob and easily, gently, pulled it open.
So, this is the wheelhouse?
He closed the door again and turned to Ace and Clover. He fixed each in turn with a meaningful stare, and then spoke.
Ace, you investigate the wheelhouse next door.
Hey, Bandit! Happy New Year, how are you?
Very well.
Clover, you're in charge of this room. Say something!
Okay, I will.
All right then, let's get started.
Dun, dun, dun. Right. Okay. Chart room. Interesting. Is that a camera in the middle of the room? Pocket watch? Okay. That's a pocket watch. She sure hasn't been saying much. She just keeps looking at the floor. She seems kind of sad. Gee, I wonder why. Might have something with her brother being turned into spaghetti, but or bolognese, you know, but you know. A voice he hadn't expected startled Junpei from his examination of the pocket watch.
Oh, pocket watch. Might I take a look at it?
He spun around to find Ace standing in the doorway. Junpei shrugged and handed him the pocket watch.
Hey, man. What are you doing over in this room?
Oh, I just thought I'd come check up on the two of you. Is there a problem?
Oh, not a problem, but...
Well, not a problem, but...
Junpei looked desperately around the room, anywhere but at Ace, trying to find a convincing reason to dismiss him. I mean, come on, this is like when you were going between the two rooms in the lower class cabins. Like, Junpei... Why are we suspicious of Ace all of a sudden? Ace opened his mouth, then took another look at Junpei and shut it again. A small smirk appeared on his face.
Oh, I see, of course.
He looked Junpei over, then glanced at Clover.
I apologize for the intrusion. Well, best of luck.
Ace gave Junpei a knowing pat on the shoulder and left.
Ow.
Bitch just stole our pocket watch! For no reason he could fathom, Junpei's head began to hurt.
Ah, what the hell? My head.
A sharp pain in his head. How much time had passed? He wasn't sure. But he did notice when Ace strode through the door. His smile was more of a smirk, and he had the air of a man who knew more than his opponent.
Yes. There was something I wanted to check, if you don't mind.
Yeah? What's that?
Pardon me.
With no warning, Ace slipped his hand into the pocket of Junpei's vest.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Well, what are you putting your hand in my pocket for? Stop!
He reached for Ace's arm, but it was already too late. In the older man's hands were the pieces of paper Junpei had balled up and hidden in his pocket.
Just as I thought. You switched them, didn't you, when we voted? Well, I can't say that I care.
Then why make a big song and dance about it?
I managed to get through the numbered door I wanted, despite your mischief.
Then why did you...
Oh, simple curiosity. I hope you won't think ill of me for it.
Ace smiled, gave Junpei a friendly pat on the shoulder, and then turned on his heel and left. It was a small defeat, but it was a defeat. Junpei had lost the upper hand and he knew it. He could feel his stomach begin to tense.
Damn.
The left drawer. Let's have a look. Nothing. Nothing in the right drawer. Okay. This map looks weird. What is it? It's a map of the world, but with the Atlantic Ocean in the middle. It probably looks weird because you're not used to seeing it that way. A world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There's something on it. Okay. The shelves are lined with books. Let's see what's in this blue one. There's something written on it. Ship's log. Huh? Ship's log? Oh. Okay, new material added to the file screen. What did we get? The ship's log found in the chart room. The following is written on the last page. We leave soon for a new journey across the sea. After leaving port, we head south and west. We turned southwest to steer around the continent, then proceeded northwest. We made port, then changed our heading to east for a time, and are now heading due north. Soon, we will dock in the United Kingdom, the homeland of this vessel. Interesting, okay. Well, that explains the red dot, I guess? Okay. Stack of nautical charts. There's this line on it here. I think the line is the route the ship is supposed to take. There are these dots all over the map. Oh, those are probably ports. Like for a boat to stop at. It looks like the lines connect the dots. A chair. A chair. Clover isn't talking much. Well, I guess that's understandable. I mean, she's been through a lot. Really, it's more surprising that she's still together enough to talk at all. I think this doesn't really feel like there's much more we can do here. What about... a world map with the Atlantic Ocean in the center. There were a number of red pins in several locations. What do these red pins mean? Well, the nautical charts I picked up earlier have a map like this one. Maybe one of them matches up to the pins or something. Let's see. Well, what do you know? Looks like this one's a match to the pins. Okay, so we've got 7 locations connected by straight lines. And each one has a word next to it. That's probably the speed. New material added to the file screen. Okay. Nautical table found in the chart room. It shows the directions of southwest, southwest, northwest, east, north, and straight. There's a word next to each point on the map. Full, half, slow, full, half, dead, stop. That's what it says. Okay. Okay, skip. Story mode, flowchart, view log. Half dead stop. It's a good description of me right now. Well, you know, better than half dead straight. But okay. So where do we go? I guess we just into the brown, into the, oh, okay. What is this? Some kind of display? It looks like an electronic scoreboard. I imagine it was added recently. Oh, okay, that's just back there. The helm? Well, steering wheel might be a more appropriate term. A compass. It appears to be broken, however. You see, the glass cover has been smashed to pieces. This isn't good. So many drawers, but nothing inside of them. It looks like this is the only exit. It looks like this is some sort of lock. It's got a weird shape indentation in it. Huh? This shape. Maybe. It does look like the pocket watch would fit here. Nothing. I imagine the pocket watch is intended to go in there. However, we may need to do something with the watch first. Yeah, okay. There's another room on the other side of the window. Oh! Hello. Yes, I suppose you could call it a helm. Steering wheel might be more accurate, however. Yeah, you said that. A compass. And what destiny does it point us to? I really hope you don't think that sounded cool. Oh. Oh. An engine order telegraph. They used this on old ships to adjust the speed of the ship. Like the gear shift in a car? Well, it's a little different. This device doesn't connect directly to the engine. In short, it's a transmitter. The navigation officer uses it to set the speed of the ship, and it sends a signal to the engine. There's a handle on top of it, which can be moved back and forth to... Hold on. Huh? There's no handle. You're right, there isn't. It looks as though it was deliberately removed. Oh. So where the heckins is our handle? The steering wheel. Let's see if it... Whoa! Looks like the steering wheel moves. So it would seem. I noticed something else as well. What's that? Well, when you move this wheel, the compass also moves. What do you mean? The ship. It's moving. Ah. Tricked you, didn't I? The wheel and the compass must be connected to one another somehow. Do you think that's important? Well, let's try turning it again. Oh! Oh boy. So... what was it? South, west... Southwest... Northwest... East and then north, right? What the? The handle came off. Stooping so low, are you, Zero? The handle that came off the steering wheel. The handle. So... I sure hope this handle fits. Yes, it fits! Excellent! That should allow us to operate the engine order telegraph. Let's give it a shot. No, hold on. Nothing's happening. No, I don't think so. Take a look. Over there above the door in the chart room. No, I know now, I know. So, it should be full. Half. Slow. Full. Half. Dead slow. And stop. Huh? That's weird. I thought I put in the right speed. Did I mess up? No, I don't think so. Look. Something's happened on the back wall of the wheelhouse. Yeah, you're right. Let's check it out. Oh, hey, it's lit up. Cork! Hey! Ireland mentioned. So, Cork to El Paso, Rostock to Loam, Santos to Fos, Cork to El... Okay, it's the same. And then... yeah. There's something on the wall that looks kind of like an arrival board. There are a whole bunch of words on the left side of the display. What the hell is this? They're the names of ports across the world. I imagine it's showing us the ship's route. You know, just like the ones you might see at an airport. Departing XX carrier, XX flight, XX at XX100. Like that. Oh, I get it. It does look like those are the names of all the ports along the ship's route. It looks like only one of those has a time on it, though. The time on the last line, right? 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Perhaps that's the arrival time? Mechanical pocket watch with a spring. It doesn't appear to be working. The hands have stopped at 5 minutes, 39 seconds past 10 o'clock. Turning the knob does nothing. Yeah, it's probably broken. It looks as though you could move the hands, however. I know that I'm supposed to put the pocket watch in this hole, but... Oh, hold on. Because we have a time, do we have to be holding the pocket watch and look at the board? Digital scoreboard or something like that. On the left side, it's got the names of the ports the ship will stop at along its route. The last line says 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. That must be the estimated time of arrival at the final port. Oh. Perhaps. Whoa, what's he doing? Excuse me, Junpei. Hey, he just took my pocket watch. Hey! What the hell are you doing? Just trust me. It should be fine now. Well, thanks for giving me the pocket watch back, but you don't need to look so smug about it. Let's see what he... Oh! He moved the hands! 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. Oh, so you changed it to match the final arrival time. Ace nodded slowly. You know what to do next, right? Give it a shot. A pocket watch. The hands show 10 seconds past 3 o'clock. It's set to the same time as the estimated arrival time at the final destination. What are you doing? There's only one thing for you to do, you know. Now give it a try. Oh. I do like that the characters can scold you for looking at your inventory. It's like... Let's try putting this in there. Yes! It says open now. Good work! It seems you were successful. Well done, Junpei. Hey! Clover! What? Look, we unlocked the door. Now we can get out of this room. Oh. Well, let's go then. Clover?
Oh, a hallway.
Hey, no worries, Ben. Thank you for stopping in, and thank you again for the 0 months.
It's far too narrow to be called one.
I hope work treats you well tomorrow. They found themselves in a small space outside of the wheelhouse. I think we'll be finishing up soon enough. I think we're close to getting our first ending, so be sure to check out the VOD. On their left was a wooden door.
This seems to be the only route.
Yeah, let's go.
Junpei pushed it open and stepped into the room beyond.
Wow.
It was full of all manner of turn-of-the-century electronic equipment.
Well, these machines are weird. I've never seen any of them before. Huh? Wait, this one is...
One smaller machine had a metal bar that ended in a circular handle. Ace seemed to recognize it.
Ah, yes. A telegraph key. These were used to transmit Morse code a long time ago.
He turned and slowly took in the room.
This must be the communication office.
Across the room from the door they'd entered through was another door.
And that door?
A metal plaque was nailed to it. It read,
Captain's quarters. Huh.
That's what it says.
Then, do you think...
Are we going to have a confrontation with Zero? Ace swallowed. Junpei could feel his hands begin to sweat. Only Clover seemed unaffected.
Well, we won't know if we don't open it.
She walked up to the door and put her hand on the knob. It opened easily, and without so much as a pause she walked in. Junpei and Ace followed. First thing they saw was a man on the floor, covered in blood. Junpei felt his body seize up. His mouth went dry and he felt very, very cold. The blood in his veins slowed to a crawl, and his heart tightened like a fist.
Not again.
This was the third time he'd seen the horror of death laid out before him. He didn't think it was something he could stand to see much more of. Still, he had begun to accept that whatever it was that he saw, whatever happened to him, was beyond his control. And whatever force controlled him was driven by a determination that he could not hope to match.
Damn.
A sense of helplessness, of desperation washed over him. It left behind a feeling of utter emptiness that wormed its way through his body like acid.
No, wait. We didn't check his pulse yet.
Check his pulse, Yugi.
Maybe he's still alive.
Fueled by that spark of hope, Junpei ran to the man's body, and his heart fell. When he touched his hand to his neck. Ooh!
Watch the show, or watch the show. Thank you.
Zaburai rated your channel with 6 viewers.
Zaburai, welcome in. Hello. Welcome, Raiders. How are we doing today? Welcome and Happy New Year to all of you. Pikayune Dreams. Oh, what's that about? So for those who may not know me, or maybe this is your first time here, my name is Ami, and I am a Irish Dragon VTuber. We are currently playing through Zero Escape, 9 hours, 9 persons, 9 doors, to celebrate its 15th anniversary last month. And yeah, I think we're getting close to our first ending of the game. You're all very welcome. We do a manner of all things over here, from JRPGs. We're currently playing through the first 4 original Dot Hack games. Adventure games, we're making our way through the Yakuza series for the first time. We do visual novels, such as this, Ace Attorney, Danganronpa, that kind of thing. We do a little bit of every, I think we have a palette that, is something for everybody. You're all very welcome. A breakcore bullet hell vampire survivor, like, ooh, do like Vampire Survivor, so that sounds like a good time. Yeah. And how was your stream? So what's interesting is the captain has a bracelet, but he wasn't one of the 9 competitors. Good stream, but it is New Year, so sleepy. Oh, yeah, I get that. I hope the head's not hurting too much from all the partying. Yes, from the partying. Yeah, our New Year went well. It's been storm weather over here, so there wasn't much of a night to go out to, but a quiet night in, watching some anime, chilling out with friends. It was a good time. It was a good time. And he touched his hand to his neck.
No pulse.
No pulse. His pupils had dilated. He wasn't breathing.
Well, he's dead.
He's dead, Jim.
Damn. If only we knew how it happened.
Junpei lifted the man's already stiff body. There was a deep, red wound on his chest.
These wounds... I wonder what killed him.
Junpei did not have to wonder long.
It must have been this.
Ugh, an axe. An axe to the chest. Ugh. For lying next to the corpse was an axe. The entire blade of it was drenched in bright red blood. From the shape of the man's wound, there could be no doubt that it had been made by the axe. Junpei looked at the body again. A lake of blood stretched out around it. It was wearing the clothes of a ship's captain, although they were stained with blood.
These clothes? A captain? Does that mean this guy was Zero?
On his left hand was a bracelet. The number on the bracelet was 0.
Bracelet 0.
It was only then that Junpei noticed the stench of blood that filled the room. He couldn't help but laugh. There was nothing else for him to say. It was too simple. Too obvious, too straightforward. If there hadn't been a dead man on the floor, Junpei might have thought it a joke.
Junpei.
It may be wise to find a way out of here first.
Yeah, you're right.
Aww. Yeah, it's a bit too simple to conveniently have Bracelet 0 in the captain's quarters, right? That's a bit too straightforward. So... let's see what this room has to offer us. Oh, there actually is a camera in this room. A camcorder? Looks like it's pointed at the door. Well, the power's on. Why would someone want to videotape a door? I think this kind of camera records to a hard drive. But it doesn't look like this one's recording anything. What do you mean? It's just sending whatever it sees to something. What does it see? The door. The control panel for the electronic lock. I guess I've got to put in a passcode. I don't think it's just about numbers. There's a hole in the bottom of it right there. I think you need to put a key in first. Okay, very observant, Clover. There's blood on the chair. Do you think this was the dead guys? Yeah, probably. Ugh. Something metallic on top of that table. Hey, is that a music box? Well, let's have a look. It is a music box. Oh. Oh, it's one of those old music boxes. How about we wind it up? Why is it... Yeah, why does it sound like that? Is it broken? The pins on the cylinder are shaped all weird. I don't think those are pins. It looks like someone put something else on top of it. I think we're gonna have to take it apart to figure out what's going on, don't you? Oh, they're Morse code. They're like, oh god, what are they called? Like short and long? You know, so like the ones that just look like circles are like blip, and then the longer ones are you hold, so it's like, boop. Okay. Oh! Cameras watching all of the rooms. Fun! The screen shows the big hospital room. There's just some random hallway in this one. How dare you! That is the room with the Funyarinpa. It's right there! This one shows the central staircase on C deck. I don't recognize the room in this one. Yeah, video game, apologize to the Funyarinpa. The room on this screen looks really fancy. The screen shows what's going on in a small room somewhere I don't recognize. And this screen showing what's happening at the central staircase on B deck. What's the deal with this? Is this some kind of code? There are 4 rows of numbers and letters. They all start with a 0 and end in 8, F, N, or V, respectively. Maybe this has something to do with number bases? It does indeed. We look at that second line there, ends in F, so you would go 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A is 10, B is 11, C is 12, D is 13, E is 14, and chat, F is... No? There we go. F is 15. Well done, chat. Well done. And then you just keep going. There's a bunch of weird buttons on here. They probably switch what you see on the screens. You know how to work this thing? Why don't we just press one of these? Like this one. Huh, well I guess it does change the... What the hell is this?
Huh.
Junpei snorted with grim humor for the second time since he'd come into the room. The 4 screens along the bottom had a single letter each.
Z-E-R-O, huh? It's like he's making fun of us.
So we used the chart we found to get through the doorway. That makes sense.
What do you think?
He turned to Clover, who was standing next to him. Clover nodded.
Nothing.
It seemed that she cared about little. Of course, Junpei could hardly blame her. Given the strain she was surely under, Junpei was somewhat surprised she had responded at all. Still, he had to ask. He gestured toward the corpse.
What about him? Do you think that's really Zero?
Clover shook her head weakly.
There's no way that's him. Didn't I tell you already? Zero is one of us.
Yeah, right.
I know it's important to figure out who this guy is, but... Don't you think we should figure out how to get out of here first?
But...
Please, I don't want to waste any more time.
Clover looked miserable, as if she could start crying at any moment. Junpei just didn't have the heart to tell her no.
All right, sure thing.
Was his mind playing tricks on him, Junpei wondered. For a moment he could have sworn he'd seen Clover smile. Oh. They look like batteries. There's a cable running from them to the monitors. Small screwdrivers. A set of small screwdrivers. Perhaps we can use them to dismantle small devices? Well, yep. Alright. This screwdriver ought to make short work of this music box. And we just get the cylinder. Looks to be a cylinder for a music box. There are a number of pins and some pieces of metal that look rather like fans attached to it. Fans? I'm not seeing that, but okay. ink. Can we... I guess I'll put the ink on the cylinder. Dirty cylinder! You dirty cylinder. Ah, yes, I see. You put ink on the cylinder. Yeah. If I roll it across a piece of paper, the pins and the fans will leave marks on it, right? The pins will make dots and the fans will leave lines. Alright then, show us. Hey, what is this? It's blank, there's nothing written on it. Now I just gotta roll the cylinder across the piece of paper, and if I'm right, the ink should... Morse code chart! As you suspected, right? Now you have a pattern of dots and lines on the paper. I imagine it's Morse code. The dots and lines are the dots and dashes of Morse code. So there's a bit in this music where it kind of goes... And I keep expecting like the opening riff of Digimon Story Cyber Sleuth to start playing. Because I swear to God, it's like it starts with that exact same... It looks as though that drawer is the only thing that's locked. I don't see a keyhole, though. An electric lock, perhaps? Take a look at the left side of the drawer. Yeah, there's some cables over there. That must mean... an early telecommunications device. Most likely used to transmit a radio signal of some sort. I experimented with it earlier, but to no avail. I imagine it's broken. Hey Ace, look! There's a big-ass rat trap over here. I told you that's a telegraph key. It's a device that transmits messages through Morse code. Telegraph key. There's no cheese on it, unfortunately. Alright, I've got the Morse code I'm supposed to enter. If I do this right, something will happen. I hope. Alright, let's give this a shot. So... What? I didn't hold down the X button on that last one. Why did it... Weird. There's the last one, and... Yes! Excellent work, Junpei. Good job. You seem to have figured it out. You've unlocked the drawer. A red file lay in the drawer. Junpei reached down and picked it up.
Looks like there's something on the cover. ALLICE.
Alice?
But isn't it supposed to say all ice? This doesn't have a space between the L and the I. Are they saying that ALLICE is a single word?
It was an interesting thought, but it left Junpei's mind as quickly as he opened the file. What lay inside was far more interesting, and far more confusing. Each page was covered with strange characters. They looked like tiny drawings of birds, snakes, insects, horned animals, wings, and even kneeling humans. There were many pages in the file, and each was full of these strange symbols.
What the hell is this?
Hieroglyphics, man. He didn't realize he'd spoken out loud until Ace looked over at him.
They are hieroglyphs, a form of writing used in ancient Egypt.
Ancient Egypt?
That's right.
Can you read them?
Of course. I can't. What would make you think I could?
What the hell?
Junpei flipped through a few more pages. It wasn't just 1 or 2 pages that were covered in the strange symbols. Every single page was covered in them.
Whoa, the whole thing's like that.
Trying to read them was pointless. Junpei wasn't going to waste any more time with them. He made to close the file. And something fell out.
Huh? What's this?
He bent down and picked it up.
Oh, a key card.
There was a symbol on it that reminded Junpei of the symbols for the Saturn and Mercury keycards. This one, however, had a dot in the center of the male symbol.
Uranus. That's the Uranus symbol.
Junpei looked over to see Ace examining the card. In addition to the Uranus symbol, there were 3 words engraved on the card as well.
Something's written on the bottom. Bottom deck library. This must be the key to the library, then. Is the bottom deck a library? Anyway, whatever. It's gonna have to wait. I can't do anything right now.
He gripped the key card tighter and shoved it deep into his pocket. New material. Oh, great. Unique key. A key with a leather case. It isn't metal. My guess would be ceramic. Junpei, have you found a keyhole that might fit it? You know, I think I might know of one, Ace. Oh, that's the wheelhouse, right. So, we're gonna have to put in 0 into the pin pad, right? But as in Z, E, or O. So, let me, let me have a look at something before we proceed. Oh boy. 16, 17, 18, 19. 30, 31 TUV, WXYZ, 35, E is 14, or would be 27, and then O would be 24. Okay. So... Right, maybe the key I got earlier. Nice! Sweet! Just had to put the key in, and now it's on. Junpei, look! There's a minus sign on the screen. There are 8 of them. It probably means we've got to put in 8 digits. You think you can figure it out? We'll give it a go. 8 digits, huh? Once I've put in the 8-digit number, I just press E to enter. Yes! If I mess up, I guess I just press C. Alright, let's give it a shot. So... 35... 14... 27... 24. Z, E, or O. Yes! It worked! Good job, Junpei! Excellent. You seem to have unlocked it. Good work, Junpei. Alright, let's go! They stepped out of the captain's quarters and into another hallway. The hallway stretched out in front of Junpei for a bit, before turning left, like a great backward L.
All right, let's go.
Junpei rounded the corner and took off down the straightaway. He ran, and ran, and ran. At the end of the hallway was a door.
That's the next door.
He made straight for it.
Wait, a piece of paper.
He was nearly halfway to it when he noticed a piece of paper in the middle of the floor. Junpei skidded to a halt.
This is...
He dropped down to his hands and knees and quickly tore the paper off the floor.
Map of the ship's interior for A-Deck.
Oh.
What's wrong?
Yeah, sorry, dude. The map was on the floor. Ace, slightly slower by the virtue of his advanced age, had finally caught up to Junpei.
I found a map for this floor.
He showed Ace what he snatched from the wall. The wall? He looked at it long enough to determine what it was and nodded.
I see.
With that, he began running again, past Junpei.
Well, that was anticlimactic. I should keep this, though.
Junpei shoved the map into his pocket and got up to follow Ace. But something stopped him.
Hey, where's Clover?
He turned around. Clover was nowhere to be seen.
Damn it, what the hell is she up to?
Junpei muttered angrily under his breath and took off back the way he'd come. As he stomped around the corner, he saw her. She was standing in front of the door to the captain's quarters, her hand on the doorknob.
Clover!
Huh?
As Junpei watched, she closed it, gently and quietly.
What the hell are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
Clover had unconsciously put her hands over the pockets of her jacket, as if trying to hide something.
What the hell is that?
What?
You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Oh, this? This is... I wonder...
What the hell?
Come on, we gotta hurry.
With that, Clover ran, straight past a somewhat confused Junpei. As she did, he caught a glimpse of her back.
Huh? Clover, what's that on your back?
Sticking up from her collar was something that looked like a big wooden stick.
A stick? Hey, Clover! What the hell's that thing on your back?
She didn't respond. Instead, she quickly turned the corner and disappeared.
Is she ignoring me? For crying out loud.
Junpei did his best to convince himself that it would make sense later, and ran after Clover. Junpei pushed through the door and found himself in a large room with a large set of stairs.
The big stairs. Huh. So this is where it ends up. Just like it says on the map.
It was just what he'd expected to see after reading the map. His "I see" after reading the map himself meant that Ace had probably realized the same thing.
Ace, did he head down?
He put his hand on the handrail and leaned over to look down.
Oh, there he is.
Look, the 4 others are there too.
And not just Ace. Santa, June, Seven, and Lotus as well.
Really?
Let's join them.
Junpei and Clover glanced at each other and hurried down the stairs. They reached B deck at the same time.
Junpei! Clover!
June's face was excited. Something had happened. That much Junpei could tell by simply looking at her.
What's up?
Given their situation, he was not inclined to be excited about sudden developments. June, however, couldn't contain herself.
We found it!
Found what?
We found it!
What did you find?
Fuck's sake. Junpei, door 9!
The last door! We found door 9!
What?
Come on! Just follow us! We'll explain on the way!
Okay.
Seven turned and jogged off down the stairs.
Well, if that's the case...
Wait for me.
We should get going as well.
The rest followed.
Junpei! We finally made it!
The relief and excitement in her voice echoed what each one of them felt.
Yeah, it's finally time.
Junpei wasn't quite ready to believe they'd really done it. At least, not just yet. Still, if everyone said that it was door 9, then it probably was.
We've reached the end.
He could feel his heart racing. Junpei has the same brain cell as the reader. Don't call him out. I mean, I'm the reader, and I knew what she meant. But you're, hello. Happy New Year. Whew. He could feel his heart racing. A mixture of anticipation and fear ran through his veins, and he could feel his legs shaking. He was doing his best to maintain a sense of healthy skepticism, but he couldn't deny that the prospect of escape was an exciting one.
But something's bothering me. Only 3 to 5 people can go through the numbered door. 7 of us are on our way to door 9. That means that, best case scenario, there will be 2 of us who have to stay behind. 2 people. Is there a way?
Junpei looked over at the clock.
4:30. We've only got 90 minutes left. I've got no time to wonder about it now.
Hey, Junpei! June! What the hell are you two doing? Hurry it up!
Santa's voice jolted Junpei out of his reverie.
Let's go, Junpei!
June took off down the stairs, jogging as quickly as she could.
Yeah.
Junpei followed. They were quiet for a while, until... They had just reached C deck when Clover spoke.
Hey, what about door 2?
Everyone else stopped. They all turned to look at Clover. We don't have time for door 2.
What about door 2?
Door 2 is the only one we didn't... We haven't gone through it, I mean.
Yes, that is true.
Are you guys okay with that? Not investigating it, I mean?
So what? We found door 9. We don't need any of the other doors.
What's the
Oh.
point? Huh? What's the point in going to door 9? We can't all go through it, right?
Yeah, she's
We
worked
should
that
do
out.
what we have to do before we go any further. It's like a jigsaw puzzle. The best way to finish it quickly is to do the border pieces first. You know? Or what? You think all 7 of us should go to door 9? And then we argue over who stays behind and who gets to go? Do we really want to do that again? Who knows? If we check out door 2, maybe we'll find something. Maybe we can find a way to get all of us out. Huh. I don't know what might be in there. We may not find anything. But don't you think it'd be better to at least have a look? I mean, am I wrong? Does that sound wrong to you guys?
Yeah, you do have a point. The last time I checked the clock, it was
The others
4:30.
not in agreement.
It's not like we've got a lot of time, but if we're quick about it, we might have time to take a look.
You're right. Let's go take a look at door 2.
They were back in front of the elevator. Nearby was the
The
large
elevator
hospital
can take
room.
us down to door 2.
Who shall go then?
Let's see.
Me. I'm going.
Then June, 7, and I need to go with her.
4 plus 3
Hey, why
plus
do you
6.
get to...
4 plus 3 plus 6 plus 7 is 20. 2 plus 0 equals 2. Why do you get 2?
I don't mind. We'd only waste time arguing over it.
Junpei, I'm okay too.
See?
Can we just go now?
Fine.
All right, let's get going. I'll see you later.
Okay. Be careful.
Be careful. They climbed into the elevator, and Junpei listened to it creak and rattle its way to the bottom deck. Only Junpei, Ace, and Lotus were left. As the elevator rumbled out of sight, Ace spoke.
Lotus, would you be so kind as to go with me?
Go with you? That's a bit of a retro term.
Go with you? Well, I didn't think people still talked that way outside of the 1950s.
God damn that body, though. God damn.
Well, I'm a mother. Would that be a problem for you?
That wasn't what I meant to... I was hoping you would come with me.
Seriously, though. I was kidding. So, where was it you wanted to take me?
There's something I wanted to show you.
Oh, damn. Do you guys need privacy?
Hey man, what the hell? I'm not important enough?
Well, it's not like that.
Jesus. This is sus.
Once I've shown Lotus, I'll show you.
Really?
Of course.
Ace's smile was friendly.
Fine, do whatever you want.
Thanks, Junpei. Are you coming, Lotus?
I don't know. Is that your
Fine.
intent, Ace?
Doesn't look like they're going to be back anytime soon. I might as well go and see whatever it is you think is so important.
Thank you. Well then, shall we go?
Ace turned and began to walk. Lotus followed. They disappeared into the hallway on the left. Time seemed to drag as Junpei waited for the others to return.
They're so slow. And what's keeping Ace and Lotus?
Suddenly, the elevator opened. A single person stood there.
Clover! I guess you're the first one back.
There was only Clover inside. He didn't see the rest. She looked at Junpei, then slowly, purposefully stepped out of the elevator. The door closed behind her.
Where's everybody else? What happened?
She didn't answer. Instead, her eyes swept the room and then settled on Junpei.
Where are Ace and Lotus?
Hmm? Oh, Ace said he wanted to show Lotus something, so they went into that hallway.
Junpei explained what had happened. Hey. Ace has got good stamina for a guy his age.
Oh, then they went over there?
Her voice was small and timid.
Yeah, I think so.
He repeated his earlier question.
So where are June, Santa, and Seven? Why aren't they with you?
You really want to know?
There was something wrong with her smile.
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Here, let me show you.
Clover pulled something out of her pocket and tossed it onto the floor at Junpei's feet.
Huh?
He looked down. On the floor in front of him were 3 metal rings.
Bracelets. Oh my god. Oh, holy shit.
Junpei collapsed.
No. No way. No way. This has got to be some kind of joke. This can't be real.
Junpei's body felt like rubber. His heart felt like a cold lump in his chest, and his hands shook uncontrollably. Sweat poured down his face. The 3 bracelets sat there on the floor before him. He could see the numbers on their faces.
3, 7,
And
6.
Lastly, let us discuss how to remove the bracelets. There are only 2 ways to do so. 1. You escape from this ship. 2. Your heart rate reaches 0. In other words, once the bracelet is taken outside the confine of the ship, or the penetrating wearer's heartbeat has fallen to 0, it will shut down automatically.
But why?
Junpei's voice was flat and broken. Clover's response was cold.
Revenge for my brother. He was forced into door 3 and murdered. You need at least 3 people to open a door. Who were the 2 that opened that door with him? It could only have been Santa and 7. That's why I killed them.
2 plus 3 plus 7 is 12. 1 plus 2 equals 3.
But why? Why did you kill June?
Because she tried to protect them. She was in my way. She had to die too.
No. No.
Junpei shook his head, trying desperately to wake himself from what had to be a dream.
No. No.
Couldn't be real. It just couldn't.
Hey, Junpei.
He felt Clover's hand on his shoulder. Her smile was wrong. Horribly wrong. Her face looked like a mask made from stretched human skin. The smile that parted her lips did not extend to her eyes. They were dead and empty. The girl in front of him was no longer the Clover he had known. Perhaps she was not even human.
Let's go.
Her hand reached out toward him.
Let's get out of here. Let's leave this ship.
What the hell are you talking about? To open a numbered door, you...
Yes, I know. You need at least 3 people. But as long as we have this...
Once again, Clover reached into her pocket and pulled something out.
That's...
It was another bracelet. Junpei could see the number on the face. 0. 0.
The 0 bracelet. You've got something in your pocket. What is it?
Did she take his hand as well? Why were both her pockets full?
Oh, this? This is...
Like, she wouldn't have... If he was dead, she wouldn't have even needed to hack off his arm. The bracelet clasp should have just been open.
See? You get it now? If we have the 0 bracelet, we can leave.
5 and 4 is 9, 0... Yeah.
You and I can open door 9 with just the 2 of us.
Just the 2 of us.
See? So let's go. Come on! Hurry up!
She shoved out her hand again. Junpei looked up at Clover. She had the face of a demon. But there was... something else. There was a holy light that surrounded her. She was both a fierce god and a benevolent goddess filled with love.
Junpei?
Her voice was soft. Her eyes weren't empty anymore. They were deep. So deep, Junpei could feel himself falling into them. He felt dizzy. There was something oddly bewitching about her. His mind was beginning to crack, and his heart began to melt.
Junpei.
The hand she was offering him, it looked so soft, so inviting.
Clover.
Junpei reached out with his own trembling hand and closed it over hers.
Yeah?
Astra, how long have you guys been waiting to use that? Junpei writhed in agony. He shuddered and twitched, his body spasming as he went into shock. He screamed until his throat was torn and bloody, and then screamed more. His cries echoed across the room. Eventually, his movements slowed, and then faded. There was no more strength left in Junpei. He could feel his body begin to go numb. He no longer felt pain. He no longer felt anything. Whatever Junpei had been was gone. The last remnants of his mind began to fade. Even as his vision faded to nothingness, he saw Clover.
Thanks, Junpei. I'm just gonna borrow this, okay?
Her smile was cold. What was left of Junpei's conscious mind drifted away. All that was left was a twisted, broken corpse. Bad end. Sorry, I love that music. You have reached one ending. This game has multiple endings. In order to experience all the endings, you need to play through the game multiple times. Make sure to save your progress now to retain all information you've required. Memory of Escape has been added to the title screen. Memory of Escape enables you to replay the escape rooms you have completed. And there it is, the axe ending. Our whole and complete justification for that axe emote. So when it was decided we were playing this for the anniversary, Blunter suggested that we get that axe emote, because during my birthday stream back in April, I set a donation goal that, you know, if we hit a certain amount, chat could choose an emote for me to get. Nobody cashed it in, and then Blunter was like, "Hey, I have an idea. Get this." So along with the F is 15 emote and the Funyarinpa one we have, this axe emote actually makes 3 different references to this game among our emote collection. And keep in mind, we have had 15 as an emote for years. So this one goes back a while, but it is because of this game. It is because of this game. So so I'm happy that we finally got there. So let's have a look at the flowchart. We have a lot ahead of us. We have a lot ahead of us. So obviously, next time we start the game, we're gonna start from the novel segment here, and then we're gonna go through door 4 instead of 5. And then maybe we'll do door 3 instead of door 8, or door 7, or we'll do door 7 instead of door 3, not sure. One of those. And then we'll just keep working our way through the endings until we get what we need. So